Hello there, Internet version 2, here with Let's Watch Danganronpa 3, The End of Hope's Peak High School, Episode 12, Despair Arc 6. Where we last left off, there was a whole bunch of shit that happened in the future, arc that set up, like, a really big dramatic thing to happen on the next one of that. But when we last left off on the Despair Arc, Junko showed up, Azuru happened, Chisa came back to the class and everyone was so happy with her. Sharky seems to have grown as a person. And I know they're still just investigating what the fuck was up with the steering committee, but I don't know if we learned anything about that. Can't remember. I'm sure we'll be caught up within a matter of seconds on here. As per the usual, we've got a link in the Dick Donuts. I don't know. For the link to this episode on Crunchyroll, which has a new shit video player, which makes the timing for this, to work out for the syncing thing really annoying. And, god damn it. Like, it was done for me before, and now I have to do it. And I'm a lazy fuck. And god damn it, Crunchyroll, why are you doing this to me? They've been, before, they were just changing the size ever so slightly on it. So every time I'd go to record it again, I'd have to, move where I was cutting the footage to line it up right, because they just kept ever so slightly moving and changing the size of it. It was really annoying, and now it's just fucking gone. Anyway, yeah, there's a link down in the description to that, and then we're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, on go, I click go, you click go, and we watch it, and then we'll, have happy, fun, good times. And when are we gonna get to the upsetting shit? When are we gonna get to the upsetting shit in this? Like, the crushing your soul shit. Like, is that gonna be right at the end, or is that, we're almost at the halfway point? Actually, I think this will be above the halfway point, because I think there's only 11 episodes for the Despair Arc. So, is this episode gonna start being really depressing, is basically what I'm asking. Either way, let's find out together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, never mind. Okay. Ignore that one, because it skipped to 12 minutes in the episode. God damn it, Crunchyroll, could you just fucking work properly? It skipped to 12 minutes in the episode, and I saw Azuru Kamakura, and I said the words beneath it, Azuru Kamakura. I just clicked play from 0, and it skipped to 12 minutes in it. Crunchyroll, get your fucking shit together. God damn it. 5. Okay, we're doing this for real. Go back to the beginning. Go back to 0. Go back to 0. Hope it doesn't skip 12 minutes into the video for you as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go and work properly. Yes. Thank you. We're playing that introduction. We've got the anime girl. We got the robot. We've got the Funimation logo. God damn it, Crunchyroll. How do you suck so bad at this? God damn it. Stop walking through deliberately this class then. Every talent into one person? Is that what it was? Is that what that said? Every single talent ever into one person? That would kill someone's brain. Oh, there's the steering committee. The people without the blue faces are them. I like how it makes his hair grow. The power of anime. Actually, I guess, what's his name? The dude who the imposter's impersonating has the power of anime. Oh yeah, Hope. That's what Azuru turns out to be. That's what Azuru turns out to be. Hope! Of course! That's what it is. Yeah. Hello. Is this intro gonna get fucked up as it goes along? Are we gonna get to a point where despairing shit actually starts happening and this intro gets fucked up? Or is the intro despairing enough as it is because of Junko just, blowing her seeds forth to spread despair throughout the world? It's also interesting seeing all of them, how a number of them look distinctively 2 years younger, and some of them kind of look the same. Still don't know where, Gundam's long hair comes from in the, Neo Worlds program. Considering he, at no point during this does he have long hair. No point during this does he have the long hair. Like, Hyoko's short because it goes back to the beginning of their time at the school where she had the short hair. Has the coloring on Chisa there changed? I swear Chisa looked normal there before. She didn't there. Is it already happening? Is the intro already getting more despair and fucked up? Is that already happening? Because I swear Chisa was just her normal color palette there, but that time she was like covered in black and looked like she had Azuru's hair coming out of her. But like Hyoko's short because it went back to the beginning, even though she grew in like 4 months here. But Gundam never had long hair. Where'd that come from? I'm so confused by that. It's winter because everyone's wearing scarves. You got us upset that you haven't seen Hajime in a long time? Yeah. Just waiting every day. It's like the last scene from Jurassic Park. Fuck this. So I think if Chisa's lying, just like, oh yeah, he's fine. When I was teaching him, she's just gonna think that Hajime left her. Not that he's been kidnapped's the wrong word, but you're right there, Ibuki? Noticing that those two are talking to each other? You were having a big conversation when apparently you've never... Please die already! Oh, he's not even really dead. I keep forgetting that. Thank you, Ibuki. Where does your long hair come from? I was gonna say bite our neck off like Monty Python, but hey. I like how these two are close together, though. Like, it was hinted at in Danganronpa 2, but now it's just like, no, they're probably a couple. So they're moving. Where are they going? Holy shit, you actually got it. Oh, this has already happened at this point? This has already happened. Like, Zero has already started? I forget, did the first member of the steering committee disappear during Danganronpa Zero or just before it? I'm trying to work out whether Ryuko's a thing at this stage or not. Because the one that was hung up by the tree was the second, right? What? What's up with you, dude? You seem to be really angry at Chisa, like, a lot. Like, you got angry at her, then you got angry at her with the selfie. Like, overly so? You right there, buddy? Okay, fair enough then. Fair enough. He's the ultimate, like, leader or whatever he is. It's unfair. Everyone's gonna fall for him. Oh, so they're in, like, a big building now. Is this, like, their graduating year? No one actually likes Nagatoro. Aw. Oh, you got a new building. Oh, they're in the new building because the old building gets shut down and not used anymore, and that's where Danganronpa 1 takes place. They did mention this in Danganronpa Zero. I'm forgetting. Because they were, yeah, because that room they were in for the what we've seen up to here is in the old school building that's used for Danganronpa 1. And that does get, they do stop using that because they get a shitload of money. Is the hat really necessary? Like, does that disguise you that much more? You don't have a blue face, so people will just recognize you. It's like, hey, you're an important character. Beep, beep, beep. Loudly announce it. We've got till what, 6 a.m.? Just don't get caught. Turn down the brightness at least so it doesn't peer through the windows. God. Are you the one that's kept in the dungeon? Yeah, yeah, there it is. Kept in the dungeon where all the kids are watching a video over and over and over again. Hi, Junko. Yeah! Torture, torture, torture! Oh, Junko. This is execution music. There it goes. Christ. Oh, God. Junko, you're fucked up. Bastard. Curry rice. So that's why she chose that, because it's literally something that he likes. Who looks like a fucking Sentai superhero in that fucking outfit. Jesus. Save this world. What are you trying to save it from? This is where it skipped to. Hey, Junko. Hey, Mikuro. There you go. You seem always perpetually extremely nervous, Himukuro. Except for when you're killing. Which I think is accurate with her if representation, where once the moment she starts fighting, it's just like she's on not necessarily autopilot, but her entire focus and being is just fighting. But when she's outside of that, she doesn't know how to actually handle human interaction. Oh, Junko. Oh, I bet that's a lot more gruesome in the Blu-ray uncut version. Just always focusing on her tits. Hi, Zuru. Kamakura, Kamakura, Yas Queen. I have seen that! I'm guessing that's what this would be, exactly. Hi, Kamakura. You almost seem in love. Do you even use Azura that much? I mean, I guess the first mutual killing game you did. School would be fucked. Yeah. Well, you know, their steering committee does pretty well at getting away with shit. You're working things out pretty well, Munakata. Yes, Queen. That's it. Zuru just does not give a shit. You're... So is Mikura like one of the most severe Stockholm syndromes ever? I guess all the remnants of despair would be. Just instantly. The only person who's physically capable of fighting off you. Yeah, no, she has the ability of Ryuko too. Which would mean that, yes, Zuru has that too. That's why she gets bored so easily. We're actually getting an explanation for this. Despair's unpredictable. And you enjoy it because it's not boring, because you can't predict it. It actually makes sense. I say as someone who experiences boredom at an absurdly quick rate. Not that I want to do this! I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to say that I'm super analytical or anything, like, in terms of predicting everything in the world. Just, my capacity for boredom is short. You're literally trying to bait him into it because despair might not be boring. That's one hell of a response. It's alright. Have you worked yourself into a coma again? Also, weird to come back to Europe right now, out of all people. The anime will never be finished because you're a perfectionist. You've hit the experimental stage. You're gonna die, dude. I love the idea that they put someone here whose power is anime. And just immediately, the only thing that they cover with his character in this arc is he's overworking himself to death. You got stomped on the head pretty hard. This is only because she likes him more. It's all she cares about. That's why she's fine getting defeated, because if she gets defeated, that's something that she didn't predict, so she loves it. Huh? The episode is titled A Sparefully Fateful Encounter. You said that about Azuro, but there seems to be a lot of emphasis put on this right now. What's happening? Why? Why? Why is that important? I just noticed in that outro. I may have noticed it before and mentioned it, and then I just forgot that I noticed it before. Pekka's wearing the mask that's apparently of that serial killer in one of these paintings here. So why, though? And once again, like the previous episode that we had of the future arc, this episode seems to be setting up something. Like, I mean, we know what it's setting up. It's setting up despair and tragedy and all that stuff. So I have multiple questions. Well, okay, my first is a thing of just like, I super appreciate that we get an explanation for why Junko's into despair so much and why Azura would also do that. And the analytical power from Zero actually fucking mattered. It actually mattered. Like, it actually had relevance of just, oh yeah, it's that analytical ability where she can predict everything that makes every single outcome in the world boring, and that's why she finds despair interesting, because it's not boring. But it also explains why she's okay getting defeated, because she feels despair at not predicting an outcome. Which is like why she loves the ending of Danganronpa 1 so much in a weird way. And why Azura's into it. That being said, she has her analytical ability, and that was touched upon with Ryuko. Why? Where the fuck's Ryuko? Ryuko's meant to exist, like, right now. Or maybe not yet, but soon. Ryuko has to exist soon, so where the fuck is Junko going to disappear to? Unless that one scene in Danganronpa Zero, where it was Matsuda and Junko, and when Junko kissed Matsuda, there were people telling me in comments, and I wasn't 100% sure myself, that may have been Ryuko flipping back to Junko for a second and talking to her. It may have been Mukuro impersonating her. I don't know. If Junko can flick between Ryuko and Junko, then that would be that. People also saying that when, I forget the names of the 8 twins, but there was one scene where, like, after the one was knocked out in the shed, and there was that other one, and then Ryuko said that she, like, fell to the ground and then just saw Junko spin around and kill the other one. That it was actually Ryuko flipping back to Junko to save herself to fight off that person, kill them, and then flipping back to Ryuko. So if Ryuko and Junko can flip between each other, just based on when Junko wants to take control back, then, like, we can still have Junko a bunch, and it doesn't really matter where Ryuko is, because whatever. But Ryuko has to show up, right? I mean, maybe not yet, but we've got the new school buildings, so the old ones being abandoned. We've got the first of the trustees or steering committee disappearing and going into that dungeon where all the reserve course end up. The reserve course aren't there yet, but that's where they end up. By the time the second one disappears, we know Ryuko's a thing, because Ryuko encounters the second one being hung by a tree. So when are we going to get to Ryuko existing, / is it even going to be a thing? Because I feel like it would have to be, because they're mentioning the analytical power that Ryuko has and what Junko has. So there's that. But I do appreciate the explanation of why she's into despair. It actually relates to her analytical power that was touched on in Zero, and how she's able to do all of this shit, and why she finds despair so interesting, because it will do shit that she can't predict. And why Azura would be into it too, because Azura has every single power ever, and despair is not boring. I also like the idea that the moment that he became Ultimate Hope, he got bored almost instantly, it seemed, because he was able to just predict everything ever, and he's just like, I have nothing left to do. There is nothing left in this life for me to do, because there's nothing for me to learn, because I know it, I've learned everything, and there's nothing left for me to look forward to, because I know everything that's gonna happen. So just instantly, there's that. So we know that. What's with Matare at the end there? Why is that another despairfully fateful encounter? What's Matare's role in this? Anime. So what the fuck, but what does anime have to do with this? No, because I was going to say there was that video that they were watching, that the reserve course were watching in Danganronpa Zero, but I believe that was explained to be the killings. That was explained to be the killings of the mutual class killing. Which the mutual class killing hasn't happened yet. And I'm pretty sure the mutual class killing No, the mutual class killing happens before Ryuko becomes a thing. Because it's because Junko was suspected of being involved in that she hid herself into Ryuko. So no, Ryuko wouldn't appear until the mutual class killing happens. That's the event that procs Ryuko existing. So no, we're not actually up to that yet. So I am getting ahead of myself. I appreciate though that despite being a prequel, despite we know where this ending, I still don't know exactly how things are going to play out, despite us knowing a lot about what has to happen here and how things will turn out. It's still interesting. I still like that. Again, yeah, like the previous episode of the future arc, we're setting up to something. This is another episode where we're setting up to a massive fucking thing happening. Which feels like there was a connection for like those 3 episodes where there was a big emphasis on Ruruko and Psycho, and like watching them alternating between. People told me it's like watch them alternating because they do build off each other if you watch them alternating, and I agree with that. The Ruruko Psycho thing only works because of the order that it's done in. There's some episodes that don't seem to have much connection in terms of what event happens in one, like, explains or reveals something about it happens in another one, but there's definite thematic ties in most of the episodes in terms of the pacing of it, what's happening in the story and everything like that. Like, again, these 2 episodes are building up to a dramatic thing happening. Like, we've got the big fight that's brewing in the future arc, we've got the big despair that's brewing in this arc, and we're going to thrust forward into those things really kicking off. So hey, we're halfway through and we're getting the build up for like where the conclusion's gonna go to, so that makes sense. Anyway, on the next episode, we'll flick back to the future arc and a big fucking fight's gonna happen. We're going to Towa City to get Toko and Kamaru. We're going to Jabberwock Island where Azuru, who is now Azuru by the way, the whole graduation thing at the end there, did it totally not work? Because Hajime is Azuru. They said that if you did the emergency shutdown the way that they did it at the end of Danganronpa 2, they may go back to their remnants of despair selves before they went to the Neo World program, instead of becoming who they became through the events of the Neo World program in Danganronpa 2. Azuru is Azuru, which one means that he'll be able to fight off all those boats, he'll just touch them and they'll all blow up or some shit. He's not Minakata, so he doesn't have Killer Queen. But he'll still be able to fight them off. But does it also mean that it didn't fucking work? Because the ending of Danganronpa 2 implied that it worked, because Hajime seems like Hajime, but now Hajime seems like Azuru, so what the fuck's happening there? And Makoto is super hyped to do something, it seems. And then Kyoko's doing her detective work, trying to figure out why the fuck 2 people were killed. So on the next episode, we'll find out about all those things. So until then, this is version 2, signing out.